When you're working with Drupal, you'll notice that there are generally two different themes being presented. There's the theme itself, which controls the appearance of the site, but then there's a second theme, an administrative theme, which controls the appearance of the backend screens. In a core Drupal 7 installation, this theme is called 7. Now, regardless of what administrative theme is in use, you're going to see a core management menu with links for dashboard, content, structure, appearance, people, modules, configuration, reports, and help. We'll be looking at each of these in more detail throughout the course. On some of these screens, for example on the people screen, you'll see a submenu presented as tabs in the upper right-hand corner, and if a given tab has a third level of menuing, it's presented as buttons beneath the tab, with the dark button, the one that's currently active. In the upper right-hand corner of this theme, on each screen you'll also see an X tab which you could click to close the current screen. If you wanted to examine the full structure of any menu, on the Structure menu, go to the Menus screen, and what you learn is that each menu in Drupal is its own entity. You can go to any menu, list its links, edit it, or add new links, and rearrange the order of links on it. Again, we'll be looking at this more throughout the course. Let's jump into Drupal and look at these in a bit more detail. So I'm going to log into my site using my user1 account. And we'll start with the dashboard. Now the dashboard is a list of summary information blocks. You can customize it and add additional information blocks. Later in the course, we'll be looking at how you position blocks within a particular region of another screen. On the content screen, you would see a list of all nodes of content which have been added to this site, so it can get quite long. You can filter by status and/or by type, and then select and perform bulk update operations across the content, as well as click through to the item itself, or edit or delete a particular node. On the Structure menu, you see core entities like blocks, content types, menus, and taxonomy. We'll be working with each of these throughout the course, and you'll find that certain modules that we install add additional structural entities. On the Appearance screen, you could install a new theme. This is also where you could control the settings for the themes which are installed and enabled. At the moment, I have Bartik 722 for my appearance and 7.22 for the administrative theme. On the People screen, I could add new users as well as see a list of all of my users. I could filter by role, permission, status, and perform bulk update operations across my users. In the upper right-hand corner, I can get a list of all of the permissions available in my site, and through subscreens, see the roles configured for my site and configure new roles. We'll be working with this in detail in a later part of the course. I'll close this and then go to the Module screen. I could install new modules as well as look through all of the various functional modules which have been added and enabled for my site. Again, we'll be looking at this in much more detail later. On the Configuration screen, I see different categories of subscreens that allow me to configure the various modules and core functional areas of my site. For example, overall site information, IP address blocking, my shortcuts, my file system, and so on. On the Reports screen, I can access various summary reports like an overall status report, available updates for the modules of my site, log messages, and so on. There's a Help screen which presents links to help topics for all the modules and core functionality which have been installed for my site. Last, in the upper left-hand corner, I see a house icon which will always take me back to the main page of my site. Now, underneath the Management menu, you'll find the Shortcut menu, which initially will have only two options, Add Content and Find Content. As you navigate throughout the administrative theme, You'll find, for example, here on the Modules menu, if I went to the Install New Module subscreen, it's a screen we'll use frequently. And you'll find next to the name of that screen a link to add this to the default shortcuts. When I click on that, I now get an Install New Module shortcut on my shortcut menu. If at a later point I wanted to edit my shortcuts, I can click my Edit Shortcut link, rearrange the sequence of my shortcuts by dragging and dropping, or simply delete a shortcut entirely. Last, in the upper right-hand corner, you see the User menu. I can click to see the user record for whoever is currently logged in, and ultimately click to log back out.